Okay, so in this video, we're going to be talking about creating a sales page. Now, for this, essentially, when you're thinking about creating a sales page, you're thinking about what is the problem and how does your software solve it. But please, I'm begging you, don't write the sales page yourself unless you are an expert copywriter and you've been doing this for years. And even if you are an expert copywriter, I would really recommend that you don't try to do this yourself because it's nice to have a fresh set of eyes on it, and it's just one of those skills that is really, really hard. Copywriting is one of the hardest and most important parts of this business, and I don't want you to let your launch fail because you were cheap with this essential part of the process. So I'm going to be talking to you today about how we do our sales pages. There's lots of different ways of doing this, but I think the best way is for me to explain how Brett and I sit down and actually do our sales pages for each and every one of our launches. So what we do, one, is we try to come up with a sexy angle for what makes our product better than everything out there. And actually, this part of it you should have been thinking about beforehand when you were actually getting your product created. So this should be pretty easy for you because you've already decided, okay, this is why I'm creating this product. This is what makes it better. This is the unique selling proposition with it. This should be a really easy part for you to come up with why this is better than everything else and what's so interesting about this. We then gather any proof that we have that shows that our product actually works. So if we've gone up there and we've tested it, we've gotten results with it, we want to make sure that we gather any screenshots of that, any proof. If someone else has used it and they've had results with it, well, we want to get that testimonial from them, whether it's a video or whether it's a Facebook message from someone. Anything that we think that we can use on the sales page that's going to make people look at this and go, oh, wow, okay, this actually works. These guys aren't full of crap. Then we go and we try to write out a simple outline of anything we think that should be in the copy. So we'll sit down and we'll have a Google document and we'll just go through, and if we think that we have some ideas about how the copy's going to be, since Brett and I know a little bit about copywriting, we kind of outline it a little bit. Now that being said, if you don't know anything about this, you don't really know how sales pages work or whatever, you can leave this part of it to your copywriter. The only reason why we do it is because we are a little bit more advanced when it comes to this. And then we go and we give this to the copywriter. So we give them all the proof, all the explanation of the product, anything that can help them to actually understand the product. And I also shoot a 3 to 5 minute video explaining anything specific we want them to know about the product. So anything that I want to make sure that they understand about this. I also give them access to the product so they can actually look inside of it and see how it works. Anything that's going to make it easier for them to sell this, because that's their job. They're going to be looking at this and thinking, okay, what are the features? What are the benefits? What does this do? How can it make people's lives better? Anything that can help them. If you've got a little bit of a biography about yourself, like a story, an about me page anywhere, you might want to give that to them. If you can tell them a little bit about the story of the product, why you created it, like why it was something that you felt like the market needed. Anything that can give them the story of the product is going to help them to be able to create what you want. But this is kind of like when you were out there trying to create, get your software created and you were explaining it to your developer. It's the same type of thing. You need to be really clear to your copywriter. Anything that you want in there, you need to be really clear to them and have them add that in there for you. And then number 5 here is when the copywriter's done with it, and the copywriter's going to have questions for you and everything, but when he's done with your copy, we get that copy back from the copywriter, and then we look at it and we edit it, because a lot of times there's stuff that the copywriter has written and perhaps he's being a little too hypey. Perhaps he said something that's not true. Perhaps he said something that the software does and it actually doesn't do that. Perhaps he completely missed out on something that we thought that should definitely be in there. So we go in there, we edit it, and we either give it back to him and say, hey, can you fix this? Can you enhance this part of it? Can you do this? Or if it's done, and we just go ahead and we give it to our graphics designer to turn it into a sales page. But don't be afraid to give it back to your copywriter. But of course, you should be polite to them. I mean, you got to treat these people nicely. Give it back to them and just let them know your feedback on it. And most of the time, they're going to be happy to make those changes for you. And they're also going to have a few different headlines for you. So you can actually ask them for multiple headlines that you can choose from, because that headline on your page is going to be the most important part of that. And again, I really want to stress this to you. Copywriting is one of the hardest skills to learn. Leave it to the experts, especially if you've never done any copy before. This is something that you should let them do for you. But again, just you can explain some stuff to them, but let them write the actual sales copy. Sales video. So you're also going to need a sales video for your sales page. And this will be something like Brett usually does ours for our launches. It's usually, if you look at our sales videos, and feel free to look at them, it's usually him talking about the problem, then he explains the solution, he shows proof, and he shows a quick little glimpse inside of the software. So if you don't want to do this, if you don't want to do your sales video, if you're afraid of being on camera, you can outsource it out. But I recommend, Brett and I both recommend, that you do your own sales video if you can. It's going to be good practice for you. It's good to actually record it and do these things. And they can be just with like slides and stuff. They can be pretty simple. We have partners that just do kind of basic white slides like how I'm showing you right now. But just the better you can create it, the better you can make it look, the better your conversions are going to be with that. But again, if you're interested in learning how to make sales videos, there are courses that will teach you exactly how to make sales videos. So your next question is probably, how much is this sales page going to cost me? And it's something that, of course, it's a part of the whole process. We have paid $300 to $3,000 for just the sales copy alone. That's just the words without the graphics. But don't let that scare you. For your software, you should expect to pay around $500 for your sales page. So it might be a little less. It might be a little bit more. But for that graph, the words on your page. For the graphics, expect to pay anywhere from $500 to $800. We're going to let you in on our graphics guy. If he has spots available, he's going to be able to do your copy for you. And he charges, depending upon how big your job is, anywhere from $500 to $800. If you want him to, if you've got a specific budget and you want to tell him that you want to keep it between that budget, you can let him know that you've got $500 to spend on your graphic copy, and just to let him know that that's the budget that you have, and work with him on that. And that's going to be between you and your graphic designer, whether you use someone that we're familiar with or whether you go and you use someone else. There's tons of people out there that do this. You don't just have to use the people that we're using, but I will have links for that underneath the training to actually contact these people. It may sound kind of strange that your sales material might cost more than your actual software, but the reality of it, if you don't make your software look sexy, then no one is going to buy it. And that's just how this whole game works with this. It's kind of like playing a game here where you've got to have everything right here. You need to have everything done correctly in order to win this, and you need to make sure that you have your sales material done right, because if you spend all of your time on your software and you put it out there and it doesn't explain what it does correctly, if it doesn't explain it in a way that average people understand, and if it doesn't explain it in a way that makes it look really exciting and make people really want to buy it, it's not going to sell for you. You need to take the salesman, leave it to the salesman to actually do that for you. And that salesman is going to be your copywriter. So let's go and take a look at some real examples of some actual sales pages that we've used here. So this is one, this was for instant video pages. And you can see here, it says, are you sick of struggling with confusing systems that are clunky, clumsy, and are so complicated that you'll never figure them out? So here's the problem, and here's the solution. Newbie-friendly, cloud-based software creates money-making video pages in 60 seconds or less. So really exciting, really quick and easy for the customer. And then it lists here all the different things that this does. Now, this is stuff, don't worry about this. Your copywriter should be able to create something like this. But then we've got our video here. And if you look at the video, it's just Brett on the page here.
That's it.
And then he's got some video in there showing actual results, showing how he created the page, walking through there. I'm not going to show everything here. And then showing some more proof here, proof of earnings, and then coming back on the screen and closing the sales video there. Again, we're not going to teach you exactly how to do a sales video. It's not really in the scope of this training, but there are tons of training out there. If this is something that you are a little bit worried about, you can definitely learn how to do that there. Here, if you go down here, it shows you even more examples here, talking about the problem, talking about the solution, showing the software. Again, this is all stuff. This is kind of like a formula here that your sales copy, your copywriter will use in order to sell your software, but you don't necessarily need to understand this. Now, these right here are proof images that we gave the copywriter to make it even easier for him to actually write this. And he went through and he just wrote this out here. And this is traditional copy stuff, guys. This isn't something that is very that's never been done before. This is something that's on a lot of sales pages. Okay, so let's look at another sales page for another launch that we did here. Social traffic system. Do you need more free traffic? That pretty much everyone's going to say yes to that there. Again, this is stuff that your copywriter will write for you. If you got 956 free visitors and made up to $578 with just 5 minutes of work, how much could you make every month? Again, this is a headline that a copywriter will come up with for you. New software automates 100% free traffic and profits from Facebook and Google with just a few clicks. And this stuff here, like, this is stuff that we gave the copywriter. Like, this is proof. Like, the copywriter can't get this for us. We helped him by showing him that we had proof like this, and showing him that we had proof like this, and proof like this, and proof like this, and proof like this. It's going to help your copywriter to give you better copy. So, again, anything that you have that can get them to make better copy for you, you want to give them that. So here, more proof. And this stuff right here is when Brett and I sat down to discuss the copy, we were able to put this in a document and show the copywriter that we had this actual proof. So again, anything that you can give them to help them to make better copy, it's gonna make the sales copy work even better here. He's got a demo video on here for the sales page. So Brett recorded that. You're gonna need to record a demo video for your software. And then we had some bonuses on here, et cetera here, and your frequently asked questions. Again, that's stuff your copywriter will write, but you're going to need to have any of this stuff right here. This is stuff that you're going to need to come up with for your sales pages. Now, for AutoNARs, your new software puts our $100,000 per year income stream on total autopilot. Our new software is going to allow you to copy our results without ever needing to run a webinar yourself, with everything done for you. Brett doing the video here, just a 4-minute sales video. Our proof here, showing what we were able to do. Again, a copywriter couldn't get that. We had to give the copywriter that to have them put it on the sales page there. And this stuff right here, we gave the copywriter this to put on the page. And any of these images and stuff, the copywriter, we have to give that to them. And we actually told them that we wanted a comparison chart as well, like that. So you can look at what other people are doing on your sales pages. If there's something that you like, you can tell your copywriter that you want your page to kind of be like that. But again, they're going to be the ones that actually write it out here. Here's another one for Reengager. Any of these images that you see, as far as, not these ones here. These ones the graphic designer did, but anyone like this one right here, or let's see here, anything that's like a screenshot. This one was from us. This one was from us because it's actually a screenshot of our results. We give that to them. Actually, he took these from us, so he was able to take some videos about us here. But any of this stuff, like here are images from inside how the software was working. We used some animated GIFs on here for this. These we created and gave to the copywriter to use in this part of it. We said we wanted this to show all the different features of it, and we had that on the sales page. Next one here for Review Wizard, our screenshots here for this. He wrote all the like our copywriter wrote all the words here, but of course we had to give these images here. We had to give these images here for this. We wanted to show proof that we're good affiliate marketers. We had to give those to them there. We told the graphic designer that we wanted something like this, like a chart showing the comparison between affiliate marketing and other jobs. And he obviously created all this for us. He created these images for us. But this is our proof here. So again, I just want you to know, the reason I want to emphasize that, I want you to know that when you go and when you're working with a copywriter, when you're working with a graphics designer, you need to be really specific. If there's stuff that you want included in there, you need to make sure that you give it to them to have them included in there. But I hope that helps you out there. Again, remember that when we do this, we outsource it because we are not expert copywriters, and you should too.